And I love New Mexico living. New Mexico is where I love to be.
Hello and welcome everyone. I'm Monica Wiki.
Yeah, and I'm Logan Rader, and this is New Mexico Living. Thank you so much for joining us today. An hour out of your day. I hope you sit on the couch and watch the entire show.
Exactly.
'Cause
We've got
it's
a lot
great.
of good stuff coming, so
It's
you got to watch the whole
stupendous.
thing.
Can I just tell everybody the coolest thing that I found online today?
No.
It's the coolest thing I had found online today. You guys ever have those moments where you're sitting there at home, you're like, oh, that was such a cool thing I found online today. Mine was Monica Wiki's college reel.
I didn't even know it was still up on YouTube.
And I'm not even done with it
Y'all,
yet.
it's so crazy.
No, it's actually fascinating to see.
It's terrible.
It's fascinating to see. 'Cause
I'm like a brunette, 40 pounds lighter, looking super awkward. I have
No.
no idea how to do my makeup.
Well, you were not 40 pounds
I
lighter.
was.
You couldn't afford to be 40 pounds lighter, my
was.
lady. But no, that was quite the treat for me. Stellar from day one, might I
Thank you.
add.
I appreciate
That
it.
was fascinating. She's doing all these stand-ups looking super good, all super crisp. My college reel couldn't be more opposite.
I highly doubt that.
Clunky, strange, weird hair. Crazy eyes. My eye, when I used to read, I'd be like, and in today's news, breaking
What
news.
if that's how we read?
That's how I read for a lot of my college reels. I was like, how did I get this job? I mean, we know how you got the job, clearly, if you're looking at that reel. How dare you?
I want to go take it down now.
That was really fun for me to see.
Thank you.
I had to screen record.
The
it when you were
slate,
done.
like on the beginning, has a Yahoo email on it, like just
Monica
so
Wiki.
ancient.
At yahoo.com.
It's not a functioning email.
Quite literally, the funnest thing for me to see today was my best friend doing her college reel. I thought I'd never see that. And then I watched it today, and it motivated me
Okay.
to be
thank
great.
You. Well,
Okay.
Thank you for the kind words. Please do not Google my college reel.
Oh, don't worry. I'll put it in the link of the link will be in my bio on all socials. Go ahead and go check that out today. Okay. Got a great show for you
You're the
today.
worst.
Let's dive right in. Gallup. Yep, Gallup is now home to the state's first Route 66 Centennial Monument.
Super cool.
It's the first one, really? The monument is part of a nationwide project of the U.S. Route 66 Centennial Commission. Oh, okay, this makes sense. The one in Gallup is at the Cultural Center now, and it is the 15th in the country. Now, more monuments will be coming to New Mexico and other states. So cool. Next year marks the 100th anniversary for the historic road that goes all the way from Santa Monica, California, up to Chicago.
What I like
Whoa.
about this is we've been talking about the centennial of Route 66 for quite a while now, and at first it's like the centennial is next year, like
Right.
hold on. But it's like, wait a minute, no, this is a road that literally brought people out west in the more modern era of
Right.
transportation, and I think planning way in advance to give Route 66 the celebration that it absolutely deserves, we need to be talking about it now.
Yeah.
We need to be getting things like this in place for when that centennial hits next year. So I think obviously as the months go on leading up to that actual centennial anniversary, we'll be seeing a lot more of it, and it's really exciting. It's something that should be celebrated.
Yeah, and the first monument going up here in New Mexico, right there down there
Love
in
it.
Gallup.
Very
the
cool.
Cultural Center. Go check that out.
Very cool.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. This is a fun one. The mastermind behind Breaking Bad is debuting his next highly anticipated project. It's once again putting Albuquerque in the spotlight. After decades of writing about what Vince Gilligan calls bad guy characters, he says his new show, Pluribus, is a departure, telling the story of a very different kind of character. The premise of the show is that the most miserable person on Earth must save the world from happiness. I will explain in a minute. Better Call Saul's Rhea Seehorn stars as Carol as she begins her search for answers after her world is changed.
I didn't want people thinking, oh, it's another show in Albuquerque and it's another show with Ray Seahorn, so it must have some connection to Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, when in fact it really doesn't.
Hey, Carol.
We just want you to be happy.
The 9-episode series will make its global debut on Apple TV, with the first 2 episodes premiering Friday. So
Interesting.
I was reading this and I was like, this is very strange. This woman does not want people to be happy. So Logan did a deep dive. What did you find?
Basically, what happened is there's some sort of it's like a
Virus or
virus
something.
that has infected the entire world, making people methodically happy.
So even if they have like horrible things going
They're
on in
just
their life,
smiling.
they're just like, oh my gosh, everything's fine, everything's. It's like that meme where the dog is sitting at his kitchen table and everything around him's on fire, and
Yes.
he's like, I'm fine, it's fine.
Except for this one lady who has the.
Apparently she had something happen.
She's not been affected by the virus, so she's able to basically feel normal sadness like normal people should feel? Or
I couldn't imagine living in a world like this because, to be really honest, when I'm having a bad day, when I'm just in a mood, in a funk, not having a great day, and someone comes up, even if they are just genuinely joyfully like, hey, how's it going? I'm just like,
literally the exact same.
Could you imagine living in a world where
Ugh.
everyone is just like, ha ha?
I'm having a bad day. Stop smiling at me right now.
Sometimes
but
we're
they
just
can't.
in those. Right, that's the crazy part is they can't.
It's gonna be interesting.
Anything Vince Gilligan touches, I'm gonna give a watch. And
Absolutely.
Ray Seahorn is fantastic.
And it was here in Albuquerque as well.
Also a shout out to that.
Hello.
Yeah,
We love seeing Albuquerque, New Mexico on the
exactly.
map. When it comes to cinema, films, shows, just like that, gonna be interesting.
Yes.
Okay, moving on. New Mexico United. Yeah, they got the job done at Rio Grande Credit Union Field. That was over the weekend with a 2-0 win over San Antonio FC, punching their ticket to the Western Conference semifinals. The journey continues.
Super exciting, yes, with Sacramento Republic FC losing on penalty kicks in a nail-biter to Orange County SC. That semifinal match is going to be happening right here in the Duke City.
That's right, New Mexico. You have another home playoff game headed your way. Saturday night at Rio Grande Credit Union Field, New Mexico United will be hosting Orange County SC. That's for a chance to punch their ticket to the Western Conference Finals. The journey continues. Now, we faced Orange County SC twice this season, beat them 3-0 back in May, then tied them 3-3 in mid-October. So competitive here.
It's going to be very, very high energy, guys. The Western Conference semifinals between New Mexico United and Orange County SC kicks off at the Lab on Saturday night at 7 p.m. We do need to pack the house. Go out, support, yell, scream, be loud. Give them that home field advantage that makes all the difference when it comes to athletic events.
Absolutely. We're going to be talking to club president Ron Patel later
Yeah,
in the show
it'll be a good
today,
conversation.
highlighting this anticipated match that's taking place this Saturday. Stick around to hear that conversation. It's going to be lit.
It'll be a good one
to
for
say
sure.
the least.
Until then, though, guys, up next, supporting small businesses in our state. That's what our next guests from DreamSpring are all about.
That's right. After the break, we'll be sitting down with their founder and a small business owner to hear about the impact they've been making in our community for the past 30 years and what an impact it's been.
Yeah, really, really good conversation on the other side of the break. First, though, we're going to give you a look inside our New Mexico Living Green Room where
It's
all of our guests are hanging out today.
Packed house today.
Albuquerque Florist is the proud Set Flowers sponsor for New Mexico Living.
Helping you turn your dreams into reality. Since 1994, DreamSpring has been offering rapid access to capital, which in turn helps take people's hopes and ideas and turns them into tomorrow's thriving family businesses. So here today to tell us all about DreamSpring, their mission, and the positive impact they have been making in the local economy for more than 30 years. We're here with Ann Haynes. She's the founder and senior advisor with DreamSpring, as well as Patrick Jenkins, the owner of A Better You Beauty Barber Academy. Guys, welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay, Ann, start with you here first. DreamSpring, you guys support small businesses. You've been doing this for more than 30 years. Can you talk to me about why small businesses are just so important to our community, and how are you helping them thrive?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, small business owners like Patrick are really the lifeblood of our community.
Absolutely.
They create a sense of place and hope and vitality. They create jobs and assets. They're incredible role models for children who learn about entrepreneurship from watching their parents and neighbors. And they really help propel our economy.
Absolutely. Like you said, they're the lifeblood of our economy,
Yes.
our
Yes.
communities. Patrick, you're a small business owner. Talk to me about the business you own, and then I want to know about the difference that DreamSpring has made since you partnered up with them.
It's a beauty barber academy where we train young men and women to do hair, and then also give them enough tools where they're able to go out and if they want to start their own business. Most people that's in the beauty business want to have their own business.
Right, absolutely.
You know, we try to encourage. I call myself a builder. We build people up.
Love that.
And get them in a place where they can go out and function and be productive.
Right.
DreamSpring has been a great help to me. What I like about DreamSpring the most, I was telling Ann this morning, is the way they support you.
Build you up,
Build
just
you
like
up.
what you're
Yeah,
doing.
Yeah, and the support is amazing. They gave me a loan many years ago when I was getting going, and it really helped me. I was able to purchase some equipment, and it's just been amazing the way they support you. And it looks like I've never seen Ann mad.
Yeah, that's correct.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. So they've had a humongous impact on your business here. Ann, can you talk to me a little bit about what you guys are doing for the holidays? These are coming right. The holidays here. It's not senioritis, but people can find themselves being like, well, the holidays are here. I'll get to it. How are you helping people finish strong here?
Yeah, absolutely. So DreamSpring provides loans and support to entrepreneurs who have limited or no access to bank capital, which is actually most small businesses at some point, especially during a startup. And we've been doing it for over 30 years. Wow. We've put over $600 million into the hands of entrepreneurs who are really building our communities.
Yeah.
And we know that holidays can be really important times for entrepreneurs and their businesses. They can be very challenging as well.
Right.
And so there are a couple of things that we're doing in particular. One is we do have a holiday small business loan that we are providing where we're offering 3 months of 0% interest.
Wow.
And we can get the money into somebody's bank account within just a few days.
That's incredible.
So we know that
stuff.
access to capital is extremely important.
I mean, it's the foundation. You have to have it. If you
Yes.
don't have it, you can't do what you're wanting to do. Is there any qualifications for people to utilize your service? How do business owners or ones that want to be business owners, how do they go about utilizing your services?
Well, we also have training and networking opportunities, and what we really want people to be able to do is reach out in whatever way to us. And the first thing folks can do is get on to dreamspring.org, which is our website.
Gotcha.
And just as a way to remember Dream Spring, we help spring business dreams into reality.
Absolutely. Do they ever? Patrick, his company is a prime example of that. Really quickly, you guys are having an open house here to kind of celebrate what you guys have been doing in the community. Can you talk to me about that real quickly?
Yes, absolutely. So the community is very much welcome with open arms to the holiday open house we're having at Dream Spring, and we're right on Zeering near the Sawmill Market. And it's a time to celebrate entrepreneurship, to celebrate the holidays, and also for me, it's going to be a time to be able to say goodbye to many of our clients in the capacity that I had been in, because I'll be retiring from DreamSpring at the end of this year.
Wow, there it is. Ann is retired. Congratulations to you. My goodness,
thank
what you
you.
have done with your time here has been amazing. There's big shoes for someone to fill who's going to fill in your role here. So congratulations to you on that. Entire community is invited to come out to this open house. Yes.
Absolutely. And we are actually in the process of publishing a book. Patrick is in it.
Beautiful.
Called Grit and Growth.
Okay.
And it's really about the entrepreneurial journey.
Oh my goodness.
And that's something else that we're excited to be able to offer.
That's amazing stuff. DreamSpring really springing people's ideas and making them reality. Fantastic stuff. A website for your company real quick.
www.abuacademy.com.
There we go. And one for DreamSpring, Ann.
dreamspring.org.
There we go. Guys, thank you so much for coming in today. Congratulations on the
Thank
success
you.
you've had. Congratulations on what you've done with
thank
DreamSpring, your
you.
retirement. My goodness, you've done such amazing work in the community.
Oh,
Can't say
thank
that
you so
enough. So
much.
thank you for coming.
Thank
guys.
you.
All right, guys, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Goodwill of New Mexico is the proud coffee mug sponsor for New Mexico Living.
Helping businesses thrive, the Albuquerque Hispano Chamber of Commerce is dedicated to ensuring that their members and the community are set up to succeed. And one of the several ways that they do this is through their multiple business development programs. So here today to talk with us more about these programs are the Membership Experience Director with the Chamber, Rocky Cruz, as well as Tashina Silversmith, who's the Director of the Borellis Economic Opportunity Center. Welcome to the both of you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Rocky, as we were talking about before we came on air, the importance of these programs. We need to highlight them. We need to let the community know that they're out there. So I want to ask you what the Chamber's role is in reference to these development programs.
In reference to our business development programs, thank you. Our goal is basically to support our members and also individuals within the community with training opportunities, business resources, and just ways for them to connect with the community. we're basically a hub
Yeah.
for individuals to come to find these resources and ways for them to really just flourish with their businesses.
Absolutely. You guys are here to be such a central unit of support for these
Correct.
members, for these businesses. Who do you serve specifically?
So many of them are
Sure.
we're Hispano Chamber members, of
Okay.
course. But small entrepreneurs, local entrepreneurs, small business owners, and minority business owners that are looking for these types of resources. We do have a focus on our Hispanic community, our Native community, and just basically anyone that's looking to grow their business.
Absolutely. When you're starting out as a small business owner or an entrepreneur, that can be scary, right? You need all the resources and help that is available, but sometimes it's knowing where those
Right.
resources are. So that's where you guys step in to help. Deshina, talk to me a little bit about how these business development programs are just making such a positive impact in the community.
Sure, certainly. So the development program at the Hispano Chamber of Commerce, like Rocky said, we are a hub at the Chamber. And everything we do through the small business development, we focus and align with our mission, which is to promote economic development, enhance economic opportunity, and to provide business and workforce education with an emphasis on the small business and Hispanic community in Albuquerque and New Mexico. And by doing that, we empower the local economy to help businesses and entrepreneurs thrive.
And that is so important, letting these local business owners, these entrepreneurs know that they have people in their corner to support them and help them flourish in their journey. Can we talk about just some of the programs that are within the business development umbrella?
Certainly. So we have our Growing Small Business. We also have our Capital Readiness Program, which we just started. We're continuing that program. We have our Emprendedores program, which focuses on Hispanic and offered through Spanish language only. And then we have our Digital Deep Dive digital marketing program, which is offered in English and in Spanish. Then we have our procurement series, which focuses on federal contracting, and then our Youth Summit and Futures Fair. We have many more programs. If our viewers want to check those out through our website, they can see which matches or which will it align with them.
I think you just named like 10 programs, and that's really just the tip of the iceberg.
Just
with
the tip of the-
Chamber.
yes.
You guys are covering everything too. It's not just focusing in one niche. You're really making sure you hit all aspects of the
Correct.
local economy, which is incredible. Is there a specific highlight you want to mention in regards to any of these programs?
Yes, so through our programs, we're doing a great amount of work. Through our Capital Readiness Program already, we have, within just the 6 months that we have launched the program, we have helped 40 different clients.
Wow.
We have gained an impressive $85,000 in capital funding for businesses, again, within just the 6 months we launched that program. We've also connected over 150 businesses with 15 different procurement buyers in one setting. So we're always connecting businesses with the procurement buyers and providing the resources, mentorship, and guidance for small business. I like to tell them we are not a university, but we are a resource and tool that we provide to small businesses at the Hispano Chamber of Commerce.
Just amazing. I'm constantly impressed by you guys. You're one chamber with approximately 1,000 members and endless possibilities for what
Correct.
people can achieve when they align themselves with you. Always offering something that the community needs. Where do we go to learn a little bit more about these programs?
Our website.
Yeah.
Our website is the best place for our existing members to go. I like to call it our membership portal. So much information for them to glean from, learn more about our resources, our programs, our activities. But then they can call me, 842-9003. There is a QR code on your
Yes,
screen that
scan
you can
that.
scan. That'll take you to our website, and that will get you active with our chamber. I'd love to have you.
Absolutely incredible. Getting all the answers you need right there. Scan that QR code. Rocky, Deshina, thank you for being here today and for the work you're doing for the community.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
for having us.
Absolutely, of course. For more information on everything we just talked about, please head over to krqe.com. Click on the New Mexico Living tab. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Slim Chickens is the proud kitchen sponsor for New Mexico Living.
This is big time stuff right here. Duke City Games is New Mexico's premier trading card game retailer. And now they're making their way down to the state's capital again, opening another store in Santa Fe. That's going to be their second one. We were joined by the owner of Duke City Games, Rob Gonzalez, talking about their new Santa Fe game store opening and what people can expect. Rob, you just keep on growing, man.
It is a good problem to have. Our nerds out there and people who love games, we've just been building a big community for them across the state.
Yeah.
We started very small. Again, this is a homegrown, this is a family-owned business. Very, very small, like 4 or 5 years ago now. Gosh, it's going on 5 years.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a beautiful thing, man. Santa Fe has been going really well, so well, in fact, that we wanted to have a standalone location outside of the mall. We have a store in Santa Fe.
Yeah.
That's in DeVargas Mall.
Okay.
And this one is going to be at 3534 Zaffarano, which is it's a separate building right in front of Target, in front of everything.
This is just the growth that you had. This is your 5th store, two in Albuquerque, 1 in Rio. Now we're going to have 2 in Santa Fe. I was talking to Rob earlier, but I said, did you ever expect this to blow up like this? He said, absolutely not. But here we are today. So congratulations to you. Let's talk about the Duke City Games location in Santa Fe, the one that's going to be opening. How does this store differ from your other stores?
Yeah, it's going to be quite different. This is a standalone building, so it's really neat. So we can be open late, give people that third place where they can hang out and feel safe. Make sure that, again, let's say it's Friday night. Some people are going to the bar. We're not going to the bar, all right? We're gamers. We are there. We're going to be playing our games late. We're supposed to close at 9, but we'll be there much later than that we have games like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! We've got One Piece, Magic the Gathering. If you're into sports cards, we do that. So if this is your thing, Santa Fe is going to do even more of that. So that way, you can go to our place. You've got food all around. You've got, again, there's like Target and Albertsons there in case you want to do that part. But there's stuff like Five Guys, and there's Panda, and there's Panera. There's all kinds of different places so that you don't have to be stuck eating like the kind of the junk food. You can kind of go out, do some different things in addition to enjoying your games on late at night.
My goodness, this is a gamer's music to their ears right here. Yes. More locations, sign me up. And you were talking about the games. I kind of want to dive into that a little more. So these are all card games, right? All card. You also do sports as well. So basically any card game that's out there, you guys are going to basically offer that.
We give you the one-stop shop if you are a gamer. So if you do, again, play board games, we can do that there. You play Dungeons and Dragons, we do that. You do all the other card games, or if you're a sports fan, because I'm also a sports fan, I'm an Eagles fan, but you can get basketball cards, football, you can do baseball, all of that there, because our stores are one of the only stores in New Mexico that's an MVP Topps account. So you can get all of the special Topps products there where you can't get those normally unless you go online. So you can go into our stores and do that.
This is remarkable. And like I said, you can go in there, you can get the games, you can leave, but you can also play the games while we're there?
Absolutely.
Oh, my goodness. A win-win situation right there. So we know you guys, you're great with all these card games you're doing. You're growing exponentially. How are you guys building community beyond the cards?
Yeah, building community beyond the cards is super important to us. So we do charity events. Like yesterday, we had a tournament that helped Cuidando los Niños because we want to make sure that we want to give back where we can. We also do things where we support the Girl Scouts. Again, it's a little bit easier to support the Girl Scouts when they come give us cookies and we buy tons of cookies, hundreds and hundreds of dollars of cookies. We do that, but we've also, we give money to like Roadrunner Little League, El Dorado High School to help them out. That's where I went to school. So these are the kind of things that we want to look at as a business to not only give back to the community through charity work and things like that, but also to our employees as well. So we make sure that our full-time employees have benefits, through our company. And not many companies can say that kind of thing where they're paying for like half of the benefits for their employees, make sure that they have a livable wage. We want people to not only enjoy being there, but know that the people who are taking care of them, we're taking care of our employees too.
My goodness, you had this idea, you made it a reality, and now you're giving back in such a beautiful way. Rob, congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's get the details on that grand opening for the Santa Fe store. It's its own building. This is going to be on Friday, November 7th. Give me the details.
So it's 3534 Zaffarano. Again, if you're in Santa Fe, that's going to be where the Target is. People know where that is. We're going to be 11 a.m. is our grand opening where we're going to have the ribbon cutting, those kind of things. We're going to have live music. We'll have DJs. We'll have giveaways. We're going to be doing that the whole time. This is going to be a real celebration, not only for our business and our family, but for our employees as how hard they've worked, and also for the community to give them another place where they can feel safe, be accepted for who they are, and have fun the entire time.
My goodness, Duke City Games, what a treasure for us to have this year. Now I want to go out and play all these card games.
Come on, Eddie.
You've convinced
We'll teach
me,
you.
just with your energy alone. Now I want to start playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon and Lacana and all those good games.
Yes.
A website where we can find out more information.
DukeCity.games is going to be the website. If you are doing things like your IG is going to be DCG Santa Fe, will be where you'll find the new stuff for our Santa Fe store. Otherwise, just Duke City Games, Google, all that kind of stuff. We will be there. We're posting all the time, TikTok. We have a good time.
Oh my goodness, Duke City Games, absolutely killing the game. Rob Gonzalez, owner of Duke City Games. Thanks for coming in, man, and congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate your time.
Look at that jersey, too.
Hey, we have to have the Kelly
the
Greens today.
Threads, wow. Guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The County Line is the proud loft sponsor for New Mexico Living.
The magical season continues. New Mexico United, yeah, they punched their ticket to the USL Western Conference semifinals last Saturday, knocking out San Antonio FC by a score of 2-0.
Thank goodness. Now, this Saturday, the United will be back on the pitch taking on Orange County SC for a chance to ride this hot streak into the USL Western Conference Finals.
Yes.
We're joined by New Mexico United Club President Ron Patel breaking down this Saturday's massive matchup versus Orange County SC that is sure to have the lab on fire. Ron, welcome to the show.
Thank you. We're here.
We are thrilled to have you here today. We are thrilled that New Mexico United is continuing to cup hunt, as Logan has put it, all year long. Tell us about this team's journey. It's been a remarkable one.
It's been a heck of a year. You know, it's been the ultimate roller coaster year. We've had the ups, the downs. We've had everyone celebrating. We've had people calling for the coach's head, and it's been everything in between. But in a league like the USL and an American soccer system, you got to get hot at the right time.
Yeah.
And I think we're hot right now. So.
Amazing. That's what matters.
Sizzling hot, to say the least. And I, like you said, the ebbs and flows of the season. That's the beauty of sports, right?
And I like that the fans have been calling for the coach's head at times. That's how you know it's real.
Listen,
like, what is going on?
If one thing is for certain, our fans are loyal and they are diehards. They love their United. We are playing at home this Saturday. Can you talk to me about home field advantage and the role that's going to play in this super pivotal matchup here?
You know, when we talk about the club, we talk about the people of New Mexico being kind of our secret weapon. Yeah. And there's nothing quite like 8,000 to 10,000 New Mexicans in the same building for the same cause. Yes. And the players feel that. And I remember, you know, I think back to a game last year. We hosted an MLS team here, Real Salt Lake of the MLS. And we had, I think it was a Wednesday night match. We only had a week to sell it. Nobody knew the game was going to happen. We got like 5,000 fans there. Gosh. I went back to the locker room afterwards, and the coach was like, what was the attendance tonight? Was it like 12, 13,000?
Oh my
And it was
gosh.
5. And so this last weekend, we had 8,200 at the lab. For, again, we get about a week's notice of each playoff team. And the coaching staff was telling me, I felt like 13,000, 15,000 in there. It was unbelievable.
Well, like you said, there's nothing like having 10,000 people all together for the same cause. United, the perfect name for this team, right? We got to talk about the opponent, though, because it's not been an easy journey getting here. They've had to earn their place, and they have definitely earned it. Orange County SC beat them once, tied them 3-3 once. Talk to us about our opponent we're facing on Saturday.
You know, in America, we love the Cinderella stories, right? And these guys, they're kind of a Cinderella. They're the 7 seed, right? There was 8 teams made the playoffs in the Western Conference. They were the 7 seed. They knocked off the 2 seed, the Charleston Battery, in Charleston. So they're a scrappy team. They know what they're doing. We do not take them lightly. We drew with them last time 3-3 when we played them. A
lot of goals.
But they've got a talented team, and there's a lot of parity in this league. Anything can happen, but we're feeling confident coming in.
That's what matters.
And then a win, of course. If the United win, they will punch their ticket to the Western Conference Finals.
Yay!
It's just one game at a time, though, here for the United. One game at a time. That's how they've been treating this season. And my goodness, like you said, they've gotten hot at the right time. We need you guys in the seats, though. That's a fact. Us just bearing down on Orange County SC, they're going to feel that, guys. So trust me, if you're a sports fan, even if you're not a soccer fan, just a sports fan, get out. Get out there. The energy is going to be insane.
It's funny. I always say that you don't have to be a soccer fan to enjoy a New Mexico United.
And that I think has to do with the fans.
Yeah.
Because if you aren't a soccer fan and you're showing up, you're like, I don't really know what I'm watching. But you can get in with a crowd that is hype.
Yes.
We're there for New Mexico.
Exactly.
I had never been to a soccer game in my life, a professional one, until I went to a United game in 2018. I was like, I'm a football guy. I go walking up to the stadium, I look up and see all the flags in the second deck. I was like, that's a lot of flags. Got into the stadium. I'm telling you, I've been to so many football games. The energy in the stadium for the United game that I went to was palpable. It was intense. It was rowdy. It was chaotic, which is exactly what you want whenever you're the home team here. I want to talk to you really quickly about your community impact. Obviously, you guys are fantastic on the pitch. You deliver all these amazing sporting events, games for us, these moments. But you're making an impact for the kiddos and for other fans, adults alike. Talk to me about your community impact here.
Thank you for acknowledging it. I mean, look, when we started this thing 8 years ago, we sat in a room, the owner, Peter, and I, we were just like, hey, we need a mission statement. And we came up with this statement, which is to bring New Mexicans together in ways they've never been brought together before and to create positive outcomes. And so the word soccer is not in there anywhere, right? And so last year, I'm proud, we visited 5,675 kids in schools, hospitals, community centers, pueblos around the state. As recently as last night, we partnered with First Financial Credit Union to get some kids out to the playoff game this weekend. They donated tickets to all 250 kids at Armijo Elementary School in the South Valley. And we were out there last night doing an assembly with one of our players and First Financial and some of our front office. So yeah, it's what's most important to us. And you know, you can't win every game on the pitch, but you can win every day in the community, and that's what we try to do.
Absolutely.
Couldn't have said
Very
better
well
myself.
said.
Really quickly, the details on the matchup this Saturday.
Yeah, so gates open at 5:30. It's going to be busy.
Yes.
So gates at 5:30. We're going to have kickoff at 7. I'm going to do a little leak here. We're going to have some rally towels for the first 3,000 people that get in.
Yeah.
That'll actually be announced pretty soon here.
Come on.
So get there early. But we also are going to have a fan fest before that, starting at 4 o'clock. We'll have a fan fest in the parking lot across from the third base entrance to the stadium. There'll be food. There'll be live music.
Wow.
Activities for the kids. It's a family-friendly tailgate atmosphere. So come to the fan fest on Saturday afternoon starting at 4.
It's going to be an incredible time.
Chaos in the lab. Ron, thank you so much for coming in, man.
Yep.
Somos Unidos.
All right, guys, stay with us. Go United.
The County Line is the proud loft sponsor for New Mexico Living.
Making mental health care a priority across the country, more and more people struggle with their mental health. And here in New Mexico, the professionals over at Renew Health are working to change that by increasing access to care despite what is going on in our nation. Here today to talk with us more about healthcare here in New Mexico, and specifically mental health care, is owner and nurse practitioner of Renew Health, Trent Carter. Trent, thank you for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
So there's a lot of changes that go on every day in the day-to-day in our nation, and we need to be in the know because a lot of times these legislative changes affect us here in New Mexico, maybe in greater ways than in other places across the country. Mental health care is such an important thing, but unfortunately, we're kind of seeing some changes that might be affecting people's eligibility or the coverage they're going to get. So I just kind of want to break that down today. So I'm going to read the question because I want to make sure I ask it right. But I want to know how you anticipate Medicaid, the work and eligibility requirements outlined under the Big Beautiful Bill. How is that going to affect rural New Mexicans that are struggling with mental health or substance abuse disorders?
It could potentially be a massive barrier.
Okay.
Look, these new guidelines that are going to be implemented, it's not that they don't want to do it for these rural New Mexicans, it's that sometimes the paperwork can be very strenuous or very confusing, and if they don't get it done, they could potentially lose their eligibility. And so it is going to be so important to have awareness. If you are someone that may be on that list, look, take action, try to get ahead of it so that way you don't lose eligibility.
What does that look like? May I ask what that means to take action so you don't lose your eligibility? What should they do?
I think first and foremost, they've got to be aware of what all is included in the Big Beautiful Bill.
Okay.
And then if you are someone that's, let's say, the work requirements, look, if you're going to be an adult that's going to fall within the age range and now you're going to have these new work requirements, which I believe is 80 hours a month, well, then you need to figure out what you need to do, and especially getting that paperwork in order ahead of time. You still have plenty of time, but so that way there is no lapse in coverage.
Absolutely. So just educating yourself, like you said, on what's in that bill so you can be proactive and not reactive. It would be horrible to find out that you no longer have your eligibility. So the bill does exempt mental health and substance abuse services from new Medicaid cost sharing. So with these massive coverage losses kind of projected, is the protection going to be enough to ensure people still can get care?
So I think that the fact that the cost sharing is included in there is fantastic.
Okay.
But look, if you lose your eligibility altogether, you're not going to benefit from that. So again, I think it's great that it's included in there and that he did write about that. But again, if you're going to lose your coverage, it really doesn't do you much good. So again, be aware of what's going on, educate yourself, and then take that action to where you don't fall into that.
Yeah, absolutely. That would just be terrible to find out that you're like, wait, I had this, and now when you need these services that you once were able to, that you no longer are eligible for, that could totally derail someone's day-to-day to be able to have the care that they need. So mental health care providers are already in a short supply here in New Mexico, especially in rural New Mexico. Under the Big Beautiful Bill, is this going to affect our state's ability to get these licensed, therapists or counselors or addiction specialists to recruit them, to retain them?
My opinion is yes.
Okay.
New Mexico already struggles with that in general. And so now if you have something like this that's implemented to where these rural clinics, they're not getting reimbursed for what the services that they're doing and that they're offering, right? Well, then they're not going to be able to recruit a licensed medical provider to then come into that area. Yeah, I think that there's a lot of things that New Mexico should actually do different to try to increase that.
Yeah, so they're either going to have to drive really far to maybe find someone, or they're just going to have to forego their care.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, okay, so this is a reality that we do not want to see here. So again, starting with the education, making sure that you're protecting yourself, or making sure those that you potentially care about that need mental health care, mental health services, making sure that they know their eligibility and their requirements. Let's talk about maybe some worries that you have regarding the bill and kind of what it means for mental and emotional well-being here in New Mexico. I want to talk about what worries you, but then I'd like to end on a positive note and talk about what you're hopeful for.
Sure. So what worries me is potential mental health crisis. If we do in fact have a lot of folks that are going to lose their eligibility, they're going to lose their coverage, now they're not getting the treatment that they had been getting, or if someone needs to get into treatment that they hadn't gotten yet, and now they no longer have the coverage, right? And so I'm afraid that we may see relapses, we may see overdoses, that we may see a spike in mental health crises. And I think they're also going to see the current system that we have being stressed. Because if you see some of these places close their doors or reduce the services that they offer, well, these patients got to go somewhere.
Yeah.
And so now what we have in place is going to be stressed because there's a massive increase.
Well, yeah, and unfortunately, New Mexico, I think, in terms of the medical field, is already kind of a stretched thin space, and so any additional tension is really going to affect the patient, I think, more than anything.
Yeah.
Do you have any hopes?
Yeah, New Mexicans are extremely resilient.
Yeah.
I think that we can find a way to get through it.
Yeah.
I think that we can. Again, I think it's going to be extremely important for that awareness and educating yourself. Okay, to where you can, like you said earlier, be proactive and not reactive. And fortunately, I think New Mexicans are very good at that.
I think we are a very resilient people, and it's a beautiful thing to see that when things get tough, we don't just lay down and take it. We do find ways to rise above, and that is definitely admirable. Trent, for people that are watching this that are like, I don't know how to navigate what we just talked about, it's a lot, they want to reach out to you. Is there a place online where we can go and learn a little bit more? You have a new book that I know is aimed at helping people in their addiction recovery.
Yeah, absolutely. So renewhealth.com,
Okay.
that's how you would find our clinic. Again, we're statewide through telehealth. We have some physical locations in the southern part of the state as well. We actually have on staff what we call a patient success coordinator that is very knowledgeable and able to get people on Medicaid. So we're up to date in what's going on and helping folks navigate through this as well. And then the recovery tool belt for anybody that's struggling with substance abuse, for any loved one that has someone close to them that's struggling. This book is full of tips and tricks, and it's going to help save lives. It's going to get people through that.
Absolutely, and help them back to living the best life that they can. Absolutely. Trent, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the work you're doing to help New Mexicans. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. Thank you so much.
Of course, of course. Guys, for more information on everything we just talked about, you can head over to krqe.com and click on the New Mexico Living tab. Well, Logan, I think we only have one thing to say.
Somos Unidos, baby. That's all
on
we gotta
Saturday
say.
at the lab, they're taking on Orange County SC to get their spot in the
I
Western Conference
believe
Finals.
in this team.
We can do it.
This is just one more game towards that goal. Cup hunting. Somos Unidos.
Go to the game, go support, get loud. We'll see you guys tomorrow.